Good day, everyone. Today, I wanted to sit down and talk about social media and how it can affect our mental health. Social media is an incredibly powerful thing in this modern age, as it allows us to view and consume a lot of content from different genres all in one place. On one hand, it's great, allowing us to keep in touch with friends, follow our favorite celebrities, and see the greatest memes the internet has to offer. On the other hand, it can show us very unhealthy content that tells us how to be, biased social and political views, and spread incorrect information relentlessly. So let's start by looking at what social media actually is, and what platforms actually are forms of social media. The Oxford Dictionary defines social media as websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So this would include obvious apps such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, but something like YouTube or Twitch and even Discord would also be defined as social media platforms. There's a lot. These platforms can perform in very different ways and can have very different ways to share content. TikTok caters towards short form content, which YouTube and Instagram have pivoted towards in recent years, whereas Discord is much more about networking. You can create a server with friends, meet new friends on new servers, or join servers run by your companies, organizations, and even content creators. TikTok is great if you want to watch a lot of quick content, and its algorithm is very good at showing people relevant content based on what they have been viewing. Instagram has recently updated their algorithm's behavior, which I have been hating, which also much more aggressively shows you content based on what you view and like and share. YouTube, however, has been very good for long form content for a very long time, but even that has made a shift to accommodate shorter form content with the introduction of YouTube Shorts. The algorithm is also designed to try and show you content relevant to what you watch and search, but it is generally much less aggressive with long form content. When we consume social media, we expose ourselves to a lot of influential content. Most of the time, you may not even realize that the content is influencing the way you feel or think about certain subjects. One of the worst examples I can think of is the health and food side of social media. People will upload videos showing you their routines with exercise or their diets, and many of them say things like, use this easy life hack, or there's no excuse for not doing this thing. This causes us to view somebody else's health habits as perfect or ideal, which can then make us believe that what we do is not good enough, or that it's not possible to achieve what that person has. In reality, each individual has different needs, different schedules, and different interests. When you see that super fit man or woman on Instagram doing exercises that they make look easy, you're viewing somebody that commits a lot of time to a hobby or a job. If you work a 9 to 5 office job with a 1 to 2 hour commute each day, and you really like chocolate milkshakes, it's going to be very difficult to become that super fit figure on the little magic screen. This genre of media also extends in the opposite direction, where you see people who promote incredibly unhealthy habits that discourage eating certain things or particular quantities of different food and drink. It all comes together to make you judge your own lifestyle, your own body, and your own eating habits. I was actually eating a bag of what was likely unhealthy crisps as I wrote this. So, hey ho. Another example is content that tells you how you're supposed to be based on your gender. There are men with large followings that tell you how to be a real man and tell you that there are particular things you need to do to be a man. This is actually causing many younger males to be more misogynistic and become toxic towards other guys who don't behave that way. For women, there is a lot of content that pushes beauty standards upon women. This can range from unrealistic body goals to toxic dating habits. The modeling industry is also responsible for a lot of these toxic standards for both males and females. More examples that I witness are from the gaming community and sports media. Quite often, I will see some videos of a particular streamer complaining about certain aspects of games that I like and play. The comment section will either be full of abusive or supportive messages aimed towards that streamer. Sports media outlets would try to push a narrative on you regarding a team or a player, and then the comment sections will be full of people moaning or complaining about the same thing. Then they start abusing each other for having different opinions. I myself have grown to dislike a lot of social media platforms, many of the habits it brings us, and how the algorithms push content upon us. I would see content that would tell me that there are many easy ways to make money, and that all you need to do is work hard, that there is no excuse for not working hard. It made me feel like I just wasn't good enough, that I never did enough, and that I'm the only reason I am still poor. Instagram would also push a lot of fitness content on me that would make me feel confused about why I cannot motivate myself to exercise better and hate myself for not being able to cook all the time and eat healthy. And recently, Instagram's algorithm has begun aggressively pushing content similar to what I watch and like, leading me to see multiple videos or posts in a row from the same creator, or even just seeing videos relating to a certain game constantly. Whilst the content I see is not so toxic, there will be people out there that see a post about a traumatic experience they might have had, and they like that post, and then the next post they see is about the same subject, and then the next one is the same, and the next one, over and over again. I have seen this happen to someone close to me that I cared deeply about, and it is not nice. It can just make you feel horrible about yourself, or about your life in general. I am currently experiencing this with the ongoing situation between the United States and Venezuela, and just the United States in general. I also hate the habits that social media platforms have influenced us to have. I, on many occasions, will open Instagram with no intention of actually doing anything on there, just out of pure muscle memory when I pick up my phone. It always happens when I'm in between tasks or thoughts, and I just open the app out of habit. When I catch myself doing this, it can be incredibly frustrating. Doom scrolling can also be frustrating. You know, that thing where you open an app and just scroll forever. Whilst it can be very nice just to zone out and see some funny content, it happens often where I pick up my phone and just scroll for a long time, procrastinating and seeing stuff that I don't actually care about. Obviously, I have spent a portion of this complaining about my own habits and how the apps behave. So, am I doing anything to change this? Well, yes. I have started to put my phone in another room when I want to focus on something, and I realize that I keep opening Instagram for no reason. I am also actively trying to ignore my phone when I'm out walking to reduce how much I look at social media apps. In addition, I have learnt to accept my own limits, standards and needs, which helps a lot to reduce how much the content influences how I feel about myself and others. I also use earphones less when I'm out, so that I can pay more attention to the world around me more, which I do have mixed feelings about. Instead of staying up late and watching random YouTube videos so much, I'm going to bed earlier on a more consistent basis. Although, lately, I have been struggling to pull myself away from the phone when I go to bed. I have been trying to keep myself aware that this is probably keeping me from sleeping. So, what's the point of all of this? Why am I talking about this? Well, there will be many people out there that feel they are unable to pull themselves away from social media platforms, even the slightest amount. It can be very difficult for us to change our habits. But it's not just about habits, it's also about feelings of affirmation, feeling lost, feeling desperate, feeling hopeless. Sometimes we view content because we want to be heard, or because we want to know how to fix our problems. While social media does have many creators who are there to support you and guide you, that's literally what I'm hoping to do, it can also host toxic creators who just want your clicks and likes, and it does not matter to them about the consequences. Sometimes you need to see something that shows you a different way to view yourself and your problems. I am not here to tell you how to view anything. I just want to help you understand that you can view things differently. If you feel that you are trapped or that you are alone and that social media might be part of that, then I want to help you escape it. Now I know I am doing this through the power of social media, and that is because I know people out there might view this and feel something from it. I want to improve the platform I use. I don't want to abandon it completely. I also feel that this is the best way for me to reach out to people and help them. Dang it, I opened Instagram. You see, I am not perfect, and that is okay. I am not telling you to stop using social media entirely. I just want you to know that in this space, you are able to change the way it influences your life. Before I finish up here, I wanted to share some pages that I follow that have helped me to be more aware of things and feel better about my not so perfect lifestyle. The first two that came to mind are the Fitness Chef underscore, a page run by somebody called Graham Tomlinson, and SKC Fitness by Sean Casey. Both of them are on Instagram. Both have been very good to me, as they have shown me that you don't need a perfect lifestyle, a perfect diet, a perfect fitness routine, and that you are allowed to eat a chocolate bar if you like. Both have around 2.2 million followers right now. Also, Evan Daly at Evan Daly underscore Daily Fitness is another good fitness and health page. Tank Tolman is another good and very wholesome page that I like to follow that talks about fitness, mental health, and encourages you to enjoy the things that you enjoy. He doesn't just tell you good ways to do things, he shows you that you could be a nerd if you want. And if you're not a nerd but you're into this other thing, you could do that. You're allowed to be into that and still do these fitness things and do what you want. But he also has a lot of encouraging and supportive content that it it's there to support you. Like, it's there to bring you in and make you feel the world isn't so heavy and that you are able to push through, able to go through the next thing. Fight Through Mental Health is another page that I have found quite nice to follow, as they spread awareness about different mental health issues and they have a Discord that you can also join. That's about all that I could be bothered to scroll through my Instagram for. I've had to go onto the following section to go through and find them. As you can see, I have struggled a lot with fitness and eating habits. Well, I hope that you also find these pages helpful, or at least one of them helpful. Remember that you can have control over how your social media apps affect you. It might be incredibly difficult, but I promise you can have an impact. I hope you have a lovely day, and scroll safely. Come back next week if you want to see me talk about more and different mental health topics. Goodbye. Hello there. I just wanted to come in at the end here and say thank you for watching this video if you did, and if you made it this far then definitely thank you. I put a lot of effort into this video because it's taken me a lot of time to relearn a few things, and I played around with a few things whilst editing, like trying to figure out different and new things. So I'm quite proud of this one, and it's part of a learning curve, part of going into that next phase. So if you have any suggestions, any thoughts, any feedback, just let me know down below and I'll appreciate it. Thank you.